ginger ale to notice that I already opened up a nice ginger ale. Now I have 2. Yeah. And when Jarvan does get on that, just chasing him down, Thresh is going to be caught behind. So it's going to be who's doing the chasing and how these fights break out will be interesting. Well, we know this fight for Jace and Talia on the Jarvan. Get the Jarvan out of the way first. Gonna hope that they, I don't think they're gonna focus Thresh early on here, but Thresh is also one of those champions in a 2v2 matchup, and you see it in the bottom lane. He's strong. He can be strong, so. Right. But then that's exactly what Jace and Talia are going to be doing to Jarvan. They're going to be looking to expose that. And that, I think, is the tough part about having a support type champion in these 2v2s is it really puts the pressure on the non-support character. And if you have 2 champions like we have here who could potentially jump in on that Jarvan. And also, I mean, you're looking at this matchup. It's not your typical support matchup, I guess, too. So we'll see how that Jarvan actually does complement with Thresh versus, say, having an AD carry or someone else with Thresh, a bruiser or a fighter type like Jarvan. It will be interesting. No shortage of engages. I mean, Jarvan get in there, and the next thing you know, you get a CC chain too for if Thresh follows up with some good hooks. Well, you see a double snowball. They're going to be going all in on Talia here. Yeah, I can tell you that. Maybe this is the opposite of what we're thinking. Big time. It's actually, I was doing a little bit of research with 2v2 comps, and Thresh came up a lot. A lot of people were really pumping the tires on Thresh. And that's going to be useful all through this game. If you can dodge those big Jace bombs, that's where a lot of the big pokes going to come from. Now, I do believe that this game probably is going to start out a little slow, just because Kenny did have to change his rune pages again, which has given these teams a little more time to think about the comp. So I don't think either team's going to be too aggressive to start. I don't think either team really knows what they want to do, actually, accomplish early game here. My God. And forget what I am saying. Like, Thresh, that's all we needed was a Thresh hook for an engage to see how this game was going to look. And that's a nice wombo. Yep. Well, and hold your tongue, Colin, because that's, you know, that was the same engage, and I think who are you going to do it on? Why would you do it on Jace if you're Thresh? You're going to go for Taliyah every time. But will they land every time? Keeps going, and they're just pushing it. Early game, level 5, under the turret, and a double snowball! This is hilarious, and also just like, well, yeah, completely well played for Thresh and Jace, or sorry, Thresh and Jarvan. Right. And you see that back off. I don't think I've seen Matt or Kenny today really actually sit back where they have, and we're gonna see if they decide to keep jamming the turret or if they give the respect. Here we go. The flay. Oh my God. We've seen a lot of picks out of Matt and Kenny today, and I think they are off of their favorite picks. Like you said, they're comfortable picks. I don't see Matt on Taliyah too often. I don't know about you. I've seen Kenny on Jace. He's strong. And now they're in. Beautiful shield. Almost. That was a little bump up by Cowboy there that actually threw off that hook. Jeez. Jarvan and Jace, it's like the Undertaker versus Kane or something. It's like these two are like long lost brothers, I feel like, somehow. So similar looking. Yeah, they just like, yeah. And just not the J, but just the stature of them, the fighter ability. I think she can go whatever she wants as long as she gets a little beefy and keeps up a little damage, lands the hooks. Smart. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Great engage by Fiel there, but you'd like to see Thresh be able to get a shield or something, a quick exit out there for Fiel, because they ended up taking the same damage. Sorry, I didn't see the shield. I see DL there, he makes a nice exchange, but you also don't want to take any damage on the way out. You don't want to have to equalize it there. Oh. Not a bad engage. Yeah. And I think you're also going to see Thresh. One of the on the first play is that ball there. Smarty was in between. Couldn't quite get take the damage there for Fiel. So I think you're going to see Thresh try to take a little more damage too for Fiel where she can. Vulnerable position, can engage, right? And that's a big health, and oh, looks like the one on their side's gonna be popping up here shortly. If that's, or is the map stuck? What's going on there? As you know, as someone too that I played Thresh, where you get you come out and you land a lot of hooks off the hop, it can be tough to keep that consistency. You try to, but it is tough to, especially as the game starts to play out. Yeah. That's true. And we're going to see the gold advantage now swing onto the red team. And that's just, I think, a little bit the way the game's playing out right now. Red's farming up, they're pushing. Ooh. And leave it. Ooh. Oh, here we go. Here's a Q. Yeah, should take it. You. It's actually, they know they can take the Jace fairly easily. Like, Jarvan knows he goes in on that Jace, he's going to get him. And so you have a very low Taliyah, and now almost a full health Thresh pretty much after those health. I mean, you got to think that this is going to play in the Blues' favor here. Well, what they got to be careful of is turret damage. You know, you got to be very weary of starting a fight under the turret. You got to know you're going to have it if you're going to go for it. So I think ideally at this point in time, this is a turret. We're talking about the next fight. That's the first turret. And they're both playing fairly, like, no, I don't see anybody trying to make a pick, and it's not like either of them are stepping up to get a lot of poke in right now. Teams might be a little, I think both with Taliyah, or yeah, Taliyah's kind of sitting back. Taliyah knows that she's in an odd spot here. Good poke. Great poke, actually, I should say. Jeez, here we go. Colin, what you seeing here? We got the minions pushed up under blue. And we've lost Colin during the broadcast here. We're going to Go solo for a little bit. Just heavy wave clear coming from red. Unfortunately, the Thresh isn't going to be enough to wave clear. The Jarvan does need to get into melee range, which isn't always ideal when you've got two champions that can poke at you. And Thresh is going to go for those hooks. And like I said, it's going to be a lot more difficult to land those hooks. And really, I don't even think you need to start with a hook. Jarvan's engage is quite a lot. Jarvan could even engage ulti, and then Thresh could line up her abilities. Thresh is no problem. Ooh, and that's not bad. What I was just saying, Colin, was I think Smarty's looking to obviously start with the hook engage, but I think at some point it's going to be Jarvan going in, doing the engage, doing the ulti, and then Thresh landing the abilities after. I mean, it can go either way, but it's an easy way to engage. 100%, but yeah, when you get into that spot where you can just have a guy already boxed, land that easy hook, get in there, land the flay, or even start off with a flay, walk up to someone, you can flay, then hook. A lot of ways you can work it. But either way, playing it well. Oh. That's going to happen. Yeah. Two towers and an inhib on the other side, and you're looking at 2 towers. That's right. Oh. And frankly, they should have seen that. Now they're and a one hit. Kenny wants Eric. He's gonna find him, and a quick little swap. The damage is just insane. Issue ever. I've seen a few games for sure. I know what you're talking about, and very complimentary to Eric's play. Like Fiel, I mean, Kenny mentioned it a few times. Fiel can get in there and get aggressive, but like I haven't really seen that. These two have been, I don't know. It's just it's good synergy between the teammates and good picks. I believe there was too long. Well, you could be maybe that's what there's an item switch, and that's maybe what took the extra time in the base there. Possibility. We weren't looking at the items at that moment. I mean, this got to be a little bit worrisome from Matt and Kenny. Here they are. They've already played some games today, and they've had the warm up, and they're getting pushed down early by another team, by another. You're right. Here goes the engage and the snowball. Nothing. You know, see what I didn't see, and this is where this game I think is automatically in the bag at this point for FPL and Smarty, is I thought the game when the win condition was getting on Talia, but when you can get on Jace and do the same and squash him in a one-hit scenario type, you know, one quick exchange and he's done, it leaves the Talia with nothing, and Talia needs the Jace. What a end. What an end. Here we go, another. Oh, what a shot by Kenny and what an out by Matt. And I guess that's what the Zhonya's, huh? The Zhonya's, it's got two options out of that. Yeah, you're either going to pull something out or you're good as dead anyway. So it's nice to see Matt get a little momentum here. As you were mentioning, he was on his back foot here. Low health. He's probably going to end up taking a quick death in the next fight. This is it's going to be an interesting fight here. I'm not too sure how they approach this. Probably with some poke. Get on him, yes. But Jace, actually, Jarvan's already up, so that's not there. And that's once again, yeah, we talked about it. Yeah. That's not. It's not. Yeah, it's lost actually at that point because you need Jace to be able to stand up to that Jarvan. Nobody else can. And now the Nexus is exposed, and we'll see how these next game fights play out. And that gives them a fighting chance. Talia, look at her go down the lane to the inhib. She wants it, and nothing is in her way. I've never seen this just in. World record, most leaf huts, and we put the stopwatch out there. It's that was actually killer. It's great. I actually have not seen that. So this next fight is everything, and you gotta wonder, like, is this just a hop on Jarvan and end it kind of or sorry, hop on Jace and end it for J4 and Thresh? Miss snowball from Smarty. Oh my goodness. What is the win condition for Trigger Happy and Cowboy right now? Who do they got to kill first? Now I'd assume J4, but is that? Ooh, good hit away. And also, I gotta say, good. Yeah, it's good. You can see they want the engage. Blue wants the engage, but they're holding. They're missing their snowballs. They're not quite getting the same engage. But here we go. This is well played. Well played. They just got to get out. Red's got to get out. And that's it. Wow. Very smart. Very smart. Keep going down. Keep running. And Talia's just finally, I think, deciding to keep pushing forward there. Yeah, that's the best outcome in that double death. You know what? Yeah. Hold, but not only that, go and win the game here if these two die, because we're looking. And that's it. And that's what I expected. And he should just run down right now and end it. But I've seen a lot of no last hitting out of Fiel. So, and Colin, I think, yeah, if he wasn't doing it the honorable way there, I think that last fight, it was the same as the fight before, and the same consequences were on the line there. Where if they die there, they could go and run him down. Like, it really didn't matter that Fiel died. It was smart by Smarty to go and delay it. But, like, Fiel was in a perfect spot to kill both of them now, you know? So that really was a chance to win. Inhibitor respawn. What I'm not seeing is I'm seeing full engages, and Jace and Taliyah actually just need to poke a little. If they could just get a little bit of poke. Catches J4. This is the best engage Red's gonna have. This is completely butchered by Blue. But it doesn't matter too much. They're just happy to clear it. Mm-hmm. One of them, they both got to be on the engage at the same time. Yeah. He's got to be looking to get some health too, because this is the same thing, right? He's going to be going.
Did you see that?
There. Now you're in a spot where you have both Smarty and J4 full health, and they're going to be able to get their engage off this time, and they're going to be able to walk it down. So Cabo's got to get the health. And you're right, it is almost bad. That's where I've been almost feeling like the last 3 fights, even in this spot, minions pushing up against their base, their Nexus is exposed. So they can't lose a fight. Yes. What you're seeing is hard engages. These engage, anytime there's an engage, it's usually a couple deaths follow. And this is, here we go. Flash is out. Doesn't make it. Bringing them, and they're now in the Nexus. They're gonna go in hard hit here because you've. I don't think it matters there, but like bringing them to the Nexus was also a quick way for them to finish that one. Geez, you know what? What a pick in the Champ Select. I love. We have not seen a matchup really like that. A Jarvan. I don't think we've seen the. Wow. I don't think we've seen either picks, Jarvan or Thresh. Andrew and I, we were both discussing a Jarvan pick. Actually,
that was a crazy game. I think honestly, what ended up spelling disaster was the fact that neither player actually had an escape from the Jarvan or the Thresh.
100%.
Like Taliyah and Jace don't have any gap closing, like capabilities of leaving.
Kenny in a lot of his games here has been getting into positions with champions where he uses, or in that case, he doesn't even need to use anything. He gets engaged on, but he is out of abilities essentially. Same thing with the Zac. You go on with your Zac, you're out of abilities. Like you need something that I guess has a little more light, something that gives you a little more life or some more escape, some more utility in some regard where you can